Hello YouTube, Infinite Magicraid community, Gandalf here. We're about to experience something that I have, this is just super exciting. Let's see what happens here, all right? We're about to make Zachlulu meta with Hogarth. All right, just quickly reviewing the stats, all right? We start Hogarth with 100k defense. Trust me, that's totally doable if you just build him raw defense. There's literally two builds I can see with this guy. One, which is this crazy raw defense, and to abuse the HP reduction mechanic to work with something like Zachlulu. I hope they introduce more heroes like this where you can slay targets when they're below a certain HP, because that bypasses so much BS that we see today, right? So on the other side, you have all of these shielders that make, a pain in the butt to get through, that reduces damage. And normally, if we think about direct damage builds or skill damage builds, sometimes it's super difficult to get through because of all that damage reduction. You can't get through those thick shields. But watch what happens here, right? I am just gonna attack. And in 2 quick hits, you get that to slay threshold, right? And if any of the enemy is attacking any of the allies over here, as long as Hogarth takes damage, he's going to counterattack that particular enemy. But watch this. Okay, watch this very slowly. This very beautiful moment where Zachlulu actually becomes meta, and he is going to slay the target. Okay, so imagine building a super tanky team, okay? You need Hogarth, Zachlulu, and 3 other heroes that's going to help increase defense or make your team more survivable so Zachlulu can actually stay alive. Isn't that awesome? Like, the most useless hero now actually have a place in the game. So let's go into this guy's kit, all right? He's super tanky. The core of his mechanic is just by having more defense than the rest of his allies. And regardless whether you build him for direct damage, which is very viable as well, or build him in this super cheesy way, which is to basically put all of your artifacts on defense and defense percentage. His echo is defense based, so I'm pretty sure getting over 100k is not a problem, right? Because you have so much defense you can just roll into him. Like, you can use a full defense set with just all the defense percentage rolls, just maxing out that defense. Pretty sure is very viable in today's situation where his base stats, at level 180 is going to be high enough. And you can always stick on those defense percent blessings. And those are going to give a decent amount as well, because remember, it's easier to build defense than attack because those rolls are generally higher, I believe. All right. So for the blessings. The blessings can go really high for defense. All right. So this is just an insane strategy because of the way how HP deduction works. For a lot of the other HP deduction heroes we see, they're like recorded damage, right? They work after on the shields, but they cannot actually kill the enemy. Just like here, I can reduce the enemy HP as much as I want and deduct it, but I cannot kill them with that deduction amount. Okay, so that's the key. It's not like I hit them multiple times. I still need to get through that one. What you will see is if we go a little bit further, right? So here, I'm going to go on Nordak here. Like, I get to a point where, you see, I reduced, he has a lot of HP for that. We're almost at the slay point. Can we slay it? No, we can't. Okay, see, that's difference. See, that damage actually goes through due to the amount of shield he has. But the way HP deduction is, it actually cannot kill the enemy. All right. So anyways, let's go back to the discussion of his skill sets in terms of, how the mechanic works and deals damage. He's going to have consolidation up all the time. But really, if you look here, just starting from, I think from the second exclusive, or I think, is it, where is exclusive to? Yeah, if he has the highest defensive gun among allies, he's going to get basically not only direct damage reduction, he's also going to get perseverance, which reduces the dot damage. Right, so that's the exclusive 2. Exclusive 1 allows him to counterattack, which is the funny business we saw there. That allows us to easily enable it instead of just relying on a single proactive hits. But also here, whenever he's counterattacking, he is giving a team 900% shield that can all be removed. I almost feel like with all these shields in the game, maybe we'll see Sultra coming back a little bit, because these shields are going to boost the damage, Salter does, as you saw there. So it's interesting. It's like you introduce heroes with mechanics, and like this is again what excites me about the game whenever these fun mechanics come in, and it's no longer about who's the bigger whale. Like these things is like you play the counter into the counter into the counter. It's just so much. It's hilarious what's happening here with the interaction you saw just moments ago, right? So you can easily, when you build this build, it works, but you're also giving yourself a ton of shield, which makes your team super weak to Salter and other heroes that abuses the fact when you take too much, when you have too much shield up. And of course, damage with HP reduction on the field, you also gain skill damage reduction. All right, so he basically makes the team very tanky in a very unique way. He scales off defense a lot. Now, that's the one build I talked about. The other build is actually to build pure defense damage as well. You still want to have, 20k defense more than everybody else. But remember here is it triples the damage dealt to boss. And he also gets 100% piercing, so that means you don't have to worry about any attack stats. 100% of that damage is going through scaling off of defense. And this multiplier is pretty nice. All right, at exclusive 3, okay, where is it? Where does it say upgraded to Thunder? Okay, so there we go, skill 3. Okay, whenever ally takes damage, okay, if Hogarth's the initial seed, whenever he casts Thunder Blow proactively or passively, it's going to be replaced by Thunder Penetration, all right? So that's like a double hit every single time, and you're always getting the Indomitable up, right? So 2 hits, so it's like you counter attack plus your proactive attack, and this is going to be a 340 multiplier times 2, which is 680. A little bit, it's less than Marie, but you can build technically more defense and then crit damage and all that. And it's, you can do that on every single basic attack. There is not like Marie where you have like 2 turns of super high damage on 1 turn where you don't do a lot of damage. This is going to scale tremendous amount because of this 3 times damage to boss mechanic. All right, so you could have a lot of your terrible gear that's defense scaling and build into this hero, and he's going to do a ton of direct damage as well. And I do believe he comes running around with a direct damage tag as well, right? Yeah, he just got single target. He's got direct damage. He's got HP reduction. So Hogarth, don't underestimate this guy. He's pretty darn well-rounded as a damage dealer, as a support. He can fit into a lot of teams and make, Zachlulu viable, which is hilarious to see. But, warnings aside, right? Like, literally, I feel like the strategy has really changed for the free-to-play players. Pick one of these new heroes that you really like. And I think, it's worth it to summon. Like, yes, I feel like the next limited hero really has to be stronger than all of these heroes to make it. Or they have kind of changed their strategy a little bit to really listen to our feedback, which is to say, limited heroes are more holiday themed and they're supposed to be good, but they shouldn't be to a point where, free-to-plays can't compete. So as a free-to-play player, you don't have to go for these limited heroes anymore. You could build very creative teams around some of these things. Like, we still have Tyrell up. Tyrell is a really good hero too. Like if you're stuck between picking the two, it's just, what's your preference now, right? Like, if you're not a whale and you can't get everything in the game, just pick the hero you like. Tyrell is super strong as well. In PvP is going to be really key. I see her in a lot of the whale teams already. Being a key part of their advanced team, because she makes your entire team immune to CC. That is a new level up of broken compared to, today we rely on heroes like Panda, heroes like Muron to can't be CC'd and they cleanse the rest of the team. Well, not only do you do like 2 turn CCs and you can like make your entire team immune to CC, that's just a ton, right? So yes, the new generation of heroes are very broken, very strong compared to the older heroes, but as free to play, you can start thinking about picking one of these really nice heroes instead of focusing on limited hero. An audience member was asking me earlier, or a viewer, I guess, was telling me that, like, can I use my, legendary dragon eye that I got from here on Giselle? Unfortunately, you can't. So that's the thing, right? You could get all of these extra legendary dragon eye. You just need one copy from a Miracle Wish, and then you can have like a exclusive 3 Hogarth, and you can go around smashing people with Hogarth and then finish them off with Zachlulu, which is hilarious in my mind to see. So yeah, hopefully that review helped you a little bit. Do keep in mind though, like, all jokes aside, if you really like limited hero and you're a big whale, you could always, save for the next limited hero. But I do feel like the direction of the game that's heading, with pretty much every single miracle run to see a game-breaking hero in some way, they're definitely taking creativity to a new level. I feel like HP deduction is here to really change things up. I can't remember. This is probably like the fourth time recording it, so maybe if I didn't show this earlier, hey, who knows, another HP deduction related rift might happen, right? So yeah, tons of content. Really like the latest introduction of Hogarth. Opens up new mechanic, make us think a little bit differently about PvP and PvE. I will catch you in the next one. Gandalf out.